Hi everyone, my name is Dahlia. Welcome to my channel. Today, since it is Valentine's Day, I decided to do the Rip It or Ship It book tag, and this is kind of an old tag that has circulated around BookTube for a while. I think it was created by Emma Books. If you want, I can leave the link down to the video down below so that you can check it out. Basically, you put a bunch of character names in a cup, and I'm using this really big cup, and the names are right there. But yeah, you just mix them up. They're just from, well, the names I used are mostly like protagonists from popular books. So like maybe you'd be familiar with like most of the names. And so yeah, basically you choose two names from the cup and you look at them and you either rip the tag or you ship them, even if they're not from the same book or series. And so it's just supposed to be something that's fun and entertaining. And sometimes I heard even challenging because you just can't decide if you would ship these characters together or not. So without further ado, I am going to pick my first two characters, and I just hope they're compatible together, you know? Okay, so I have two characters. Jace from the Mortal Instruments series and Harry Potter. Okay. Jace and Harry Potter. That's an interesting duo. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, they're both kind of kick-butt characters and they're both very brave. Jace is a little bit more on the reckless side. I don't know. I feel like they're both just like out there in terms of action and stuff, so I don't think they would really be compatible. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see them being compatible together. But yeah, that was my first pick. Okay, here goes round two. Karou from the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series and... oh crap, I dropped it. And Kael Westfall. Karou and Kael. That's an interesting one too. God, this is so hard. Okay. Karou and Kael. I feel like it might work because like I feel like the kind of guys Karou is into are like the I don't know, she obviously is into hot guys because of her relationship in her trilogy. And Kael, like, I mean, he dated Selena for a little bit, so, like, obviously he likes girls who can kick butt, and I think Karou's perfectly capable of handling her own, and so, yeah, I think Kael and Karou would be a good match together, so I ship that. Okay, here's the next one. Cinder from the Lunar Chronicles and Percy Jackson from Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson and Cinder. I actually see them going well together because they're both very funny and sarcastic, snarky characters, and I think they would just have so much fun, like, I don't know, just being together. I actually see them more as, like, being good friends, but I mean, I think they're compatible. Like, Cinder is also, like, very tough and also capable of handling herself. She is a mechanic, and Percy is a great fighter, but like he and Annabeth, like I feel like he's the kind of person who likes to have someone who is reliable, and I think Cinder's very reliable, and so I just feel like they would be good together. So yeah, Percy and Cinder, they are a match. Okay, next two, I have Agnieszka from Uprooted. She's gonna be a hard one. And Elend from Mistborn. Agnieszka and Elend. I think Elend would like Agnieszka, even though like Agnieszka is always described as like never being able to stay clean for some reason, and I think that's just because of her magic. She always somehow gets her dress ripped up or she gets muddy or whatever. But like Elend obviously does not care what's on the outside. He really cares about what's in the inside. So I think he would like Agnieszka, but I don't think Agnieszka would like Ellen. I mean, it's clear that, I mean, I don't know, this is hard. I just don't see them together mostly because of Agnieszka. I just don't see her liking Ellen. I mean, maybe she's into like the more quiet types, but not like an Ellen quiet type, if you know what I mean. If you've read Uprooted, I don't know. I don't ship that, so I'll rip it. Okay. The next one is Ginny Weasley from Harry Potter and Selena Sardothien. That is a very interesting pair. I mean, for the first 3.5 books, I would say Ginny Weasley is kind of more like a background character. She's described as like really timid and stuff, and she doesn't become like, she doesn't become like a strong character until like the later books when she joins the Quidditch team and she has, boyfriends and she defends herself against her brothers. But I just wish she had that from like the start on. But I get like it takes time to build that confidence in oneself. So in the end, she turned out to be like a really tough character. But Selena, I don't know. I feel like just Selena has so much darkness within her. And even though she has like her happy moments, the darkness just switches on like really fast. And I feel like that's the kind of thing that Ginny does not need. So I don't ship that. Rip it. Okay. Let's see. Kelsier from Mistborn and Enzo from the Young Elites. I feel like both of these characters are kind of like darkish characters. I mean, even though Kelsier is like very lighthearted, he's like shows his lightheartedness and he's very jokesy and whatever. Enzo's also like very quiet and obviously has a dark past. But I can kind of see them to like working well together. I kind of see them being compatible because they're both kind of revolutionaries. They both want to make a change in the governments and the worlds they live in. And I feel like when they're put together, Kelsier's optimism and lightheartedness would be good for Enzo's like darkness. And so I actually see this duo working well together. So yeah, so Enzo from the Young Elites and Kelsier from the Mistborn series, I'll ship that. Why not? Okay. Have 2 more characters here. Well, I have a lot more, but here's the next 2. Winter from the Lunar Chronicles and Julian Blackthorn. This is interesting. I just don't see them going well together. I feel like Julian wants like a partner who can keep up with him in terms of like battle and stuff. And even though Winter's a strong character, she's not just like a battle type character, And yeah, I don't know. I mean, Julian is very protective, and clearly Jason, for Winter, was very protective. But I don't know. I just don't see that. I feel like Julian needs someone he can be witty with, and that's more like a Cinder kind of character, not so much a Winter kind of character. Even though she has her funny moments, it's more like a kind of like a Luna Lovegood vibe, if you know what I mean. So I rip this. Okay. Oh, also, sorry for the noise. They're doing gardening and mowing and other stuff outside my window, so I'm so sorry if it's really loud. Yeah. Anyways, the next 2, Annabeth Chase and Katniss Everdeen. I'm gonna ship that because I just think they would be so awesome together. Like, Katniss and Annabeth are both really good at fighting. Katniss with her bow and arrow, and Annabeth with her dagger. They're both very clever characters. Annabeth, obviously, because she's the daughter of Athena, and Katniss is just more like street smart. Even though, well, Annabeth's like street smart too. But like, I think they would be so great together. And like, even though Katniss does suffer from PTSD in like some parts of the book, she is also like, she's just such a grounded character, and I think Annabeth is too. She is very wise. She, is realistic but also optimistic, and so I don't know. I think I see these two going together. So Annabeth Chase and Katniss. I ship that. Okay. Oh. Next to Emma Carstairs from Lady Midnight and Nymphadora Tonks. I don't ship that. I don't know. Well, first off, Nymphadora Tonks is like way older than Emma. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're both great characters on their own, but I just can't imagine a scenario with them like together. It's just weird. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, because they're from two different worlds, but that's kind of a problem for me. I don't know. I just don't see them together. Okay, next to Clary Fairchild or whatever, you know, from the Mortal Instruments, and Draco Malfoy. Well, clearly Clary likes her bad boys. Draco, would he like Clary? Well, probably. I mean, that's just, I don't know. I feel like Clary would be able to see the good in Draco and like change him for the better. And I think there's a chance that Draco would actually like let her, like he would be into her. So I'm just gonna ship that. Why not? Okay. Next to, okay, Nico D'Angelo from Percy Jackson and Kai, Lunar Chronicles. You know what? I think they would be really cute together. I don't know. I just imagine Kai when he first meets Cinder in his sweatshirt and he's just trying to keep it like a low profile. And Nico is always trying to blend into the background even though he doesn't have to try so hard because like everyone overlooks Nico. But I just think they would be really cute together. Like Kai is just such a sweet person and I think Nico needs that sweetness in his life because he's had a hard time. And so Kai from Lunar Chronicles, Nico D'Angelo, I ship it. Don't know. Okay. Oh, I got 3. Let me just put 1 back. Okay, Jacob from Miss Peregrine's and Nicholas Carter from Passenger. Oh my god, this is so interesting because they both come from books that have a little bit of time travel elements in them. Nicholas Carter, obviously, from Passenger, is a traveler, and Jacob is able to go through the little loop things that lets him go to the past. I think this is so cool. I feel like they would be friends, though. I don't see them going together. I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, Jacob and Nicholas. Yeah, I see them more as like being acquaintances or friends, like, oh, maybe they've run across each other at some point in the past, but I just don't see how they would be compatible other than that. Yeah, I don't know. Rip it. Okay. Hermione Granger and Reina Ramirez. Oh, Reina Ramirez is from the Heroes of Olympus series, the Percy Jackson world. And do I ship these girls? I think they're both really, really strong girls. Like Hermione is books and cleverness, and also she has a bunch of courage. Obviously, she's in Gryffindor. And Reina is also, she's like a natural leader. She is great at fighting. She is, you know, very loyal to those she cares about. So together, I feel like they would both be unstoppable, and I love that. I think they would be great together, and I feel like neither of them are going to like really annoy each other too much. Reina will probably be like the more pushier one, like, ooh, let's do this, and Hermione will be like grounding her in and like, you know, be like, oh no, let's think about this, you know. So I feel like they would really go well together, actually. So I'm gonna ship it. Okay. I think there's only a few more. Yeah, we're almost done with here. Okay. One, Alec Lightwood from the Mortal Instruments and Isabel Lightwood. Okay, that does not work. I do not support incest. Let me choose another one. Alec Lightwood and Vin from the Mistborn series. I don't think this would work. They're both too quiet for each other. We can't have two quiet people. I don't know. I feel like that would just make it hard for them to bond. And also, I don't know why I put Alec in here. It's hard for me to imagine him with anyone other than Magnus, but yeah, Alec and Vin, I just don't see it. So I'm gonna rip it. Okay. So close. I see the end. Oh, I just crumpled this up. Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter and Isabel Lightwood. I don't see it. I feel like Isabel wouldn't see how great Luna is and would probably like be annoyed with her. I don't know. I mean, she might because like she saw the greatness in Simon, but like Simon and Luna are just different. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. They're not on the same page. Yeah, I don't chip that. It's a rip. And there's only two more in here. Okay, so I have Kaladin from Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings and Peeta Mellark from Hunger Games. Peeta and Kaladin. You know, I could see it because I feel like, you know, Kaladin, he has like a really rough time in The Way of Kings, and Peeta obviously like has a huge heart, and I think he would totally welcome Kaladin into his heart, and he would take care of him and restore Kaladin back to normal strength because, you know, I don't know, I don't want to spoil this, but he goes through rough times. I'm just going to leave it at that. And so kind of how Peeta cares for Katniss when she really needs someone warm to love her. I feel like Kaladin and Peeta would kind of go well together. So, you know, what the hell, I'm going to ship that. And that was my last pair. So, thank you for watching. If you liked it, please leave a comment or like. And yeah, feel free to do your own if you haven't. I think it's really fun to watch. And it's kind of hard to do because you have to like imagine different characters in the same situation, or like what they would be like if they were like in the same world. Would they be compatible? And it's just really hard, but it was a lot of fun. So yes, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a very good day. See ya!